What's up, friends? This is Manni, and welcome to a very funny and lame way to play the Tetrapods with rockets in Armored Core 6 PVP. We're using the pulse protection, the one that you put stationary into the air, that has been tremendously buffed with the recent update. I think from 4,000 energy capacity or shielding capacity to 7,000. And also that's the setup that we're using right here, full-on rockets, the basic versions, and then see resilience 7,000 HP. Alright, so what we do here with the Tetrapods, we just fly up in the air, we place that barrier, activate hover mode from within, and then just gonna have some fun sending homing rockets at the enemy. And he's not even going to be able to hit me at all. Like, I'm just hovering in that barrier, and he can't do anything. He could try to enter the barrier, but it may not be the easiest thing in the world, and perhaps he gets hit along the way when he's trying to get up here. He has to concentrate on dodging the rockets that are coming non-stop from up here, right? And at the same time, I'm invincible behind that barrier, and he can't do anything. 7,000 HP. Of course, you can drop that if you fire some charged heavy weapons. 2-3 shots and that barrier is gone, but it still takes a while, and in the meantime, you're gonna take some damage. And if you're not a tank setup, then you will be slow in the moment you fire heavy weapons, so you're gonna get hit. So it's a really funny thing. Also, we have the generator. If you skip back to the beginning where I showed you the fitting, the generator with I believe that's 4,000 something energy capacity, so I can hover forever. Like, I can start hovering with half energy and still hover for a minute or whatever, like, or almost. It's absolutely crazy how long that capacity lasts. In reverse or in turn takes, however, a good second or two to fill it all the way back up. But by getting up to the highest altitude, see, I'm reaching, like, I have 70% of my energy at the time when I reach that high position, and then I can just stay here. See what he's doing now? I got him staggered, but now he's gonna retreat. He saw that I activated the barrier, right? He remembered what it meant last time when he saw that, and this time I conditioned his brain to do something different. He's like, screw that barrier, I'm not gonna fight you while that thing is active, I'm gonna hide and wait it out. And that's a smart thing to do, actually, because it's better than trying to, you know, survive the 30 seconds a barrier is up there, and, you know, just concentrate on dodging rockets for no reason, right? Just get behind cover and wait it out. Why not? It's a good strategy, I can't blame him for doing that, but it still shows how insane this strategy is, and how the Tetrapods just can't be caught. You have to, there are some setups that can catch the Tetrapod setup like this. Small reverse joint fast setups that have also the ability to be very much airborne and very speedy, and then combining various different melee weapons with the weapon switch, keeping a stun lock going and dealing a lot of damage from there. Perhaps also with a big grenade cannon in the face once you're stunned or so. You can kill this Tetrapod setup, it is possible, but it's not easy, especially when you have this pulse barrier going. This guy here, you saw he actually killed the pulse barrier. If you go back 15 seconds, the pulse barrier was up, and he took it down. It took him 3-4 shots, but he brought the barrier down. But of course, look at his health now, right? While bringing down the barrier, he suffered substantial damage in the meantime, and I didn't. So I just had that barrier. And of course, he could activate some kind of pulse, you know, barrier himself now, but it won't protect him for long, and his job is to catch me. He needs to catch me so he stops taking the damage from the rockets and can start to deal some damage to me. And so it's funny to see that this is a setup, I've already made a video about it, but I haven't really combined it this well with the new barrier, and especially now after the buff of that energy barrier, it is insane, right? The dominance you can have over your enemy if you have a well-placed barrier and you're hovering at max altitude in that thing, leaving the enemy unable to deal any damage to you for that time, it's really interesting. And so as soon as I heard the barrier is being buffed to 7,000, it's almost twice as much as before. That was the moment I decided that, alright, I know what video is coming next, man. See, he's again trying to shoot down the barrier. He's shooting his shotguns into it, his rockets and cannons and everything. And that barrier is just still up there. And he got killed while the barrier was up there in front of him. It's crazy. Also here, similar to the last video, where I show you, can we still do the old Zimmermann Pal Bunker combo with the dual songbirds on the shoulder? Can we still do it after the nerf of Zimmermann and songbirds? And that question was impressively answered in the last video. Check out in the top right corner if you haven't yet seen it, if you're also interested about it. And in that video, I also showed you at the end how did the setup fare on this very map against the 2 assassin PCA commander dudes who come in and are very powerful in a double team against you. And that same thing we're gonna have a look at here too. We're gonna do this again after the PvP in a minute or so. This is my last opponent, and you see he's almost gone. We're gonna have a look at the duo that is trying to attack you here. Let's see how easy or hard this new pulse barrier makes the fight against these guys, alright? So, yeah, let's do the phase 2. It's the last battle against that player here that we're fighting. I sometimes find a high altitude point to sit on and from there start to fly. This way I use less energy getting to the highest altitude and I'm basically ready to fly for 1.5 minutes straight. Activate the pulse barrier here again. And look at him, he's even coming in. He's coming in. He's doing a good job there. He understands that he can't shoot through the barrier from outside, but the thing is, you don't just come in and hit me once and I'm falling out of it. You have to hit me in sequence. You have to hit me pretty hard in sequence so I get stunned and fall down out of the barrier, right? So very difficult to do this, I would argue, to use this short little space in the barrier that you have there. And also, I'm not hovering around on the barrier. I'm always trying to keep the barrier between him and me. I'm not doing nothing in the meantime while he's coming up with his melee weapons, right? So, pop, kick in the face. That dropped his barrier a little bit. He's down to no health now. And I'm also very low now. But here comes the death salvo. That's it. It's really hard to dodge these massive salvos of rockets coming in. And the interesting thing is this is the most basic setup in the world. This is the first rockets you unlock pretty much, and you can use them in PvP and have a ton of fun, man. It's crazy. Good to see, look at 4,400 damage done to him right here in one hit. Boom, assault barrier, no, assault armor. Didn't really do much here, but that next salvo took him completely down. So let's have a look at these PCA assassin ninja dudes that are coming in to try and take you down right here. We're clearing this area here with the power plant, right? Remember, this was the goal of this mission, and it was one of my favorite missions. I liked it a lot. That's why I also enjoy going back to it from time to time to show you certain setups and comparing them with other setups in similar conditions. And I think that is a good way to do it. And so now we've killed everything here. We're finishing off the power plant up there. Let's go and pop, jump up. Launch the rockets, and that is the moment when we basically finish our mission objectives and some dudes are showing up to try and kill us. And that is where my new buffed barrier comes in. So I'm gonna activate it here, boop, start to hover, and with these guys hanging around trying to shoot me, only hitting the barrier, I'm just getting one guy stunned. And I'm really safe in here. I don't even know where the second guy is, but I assume he's firing into the barrier in the meantime. And this guy actually is smart. He's trying to get into the barrier to hit me, but look how quickly he gets dispatched. He's almost completely killed already. I only need like one or more salvo and that's it. And the second guy is here. And now I can focus on him. I have barely taken any damage at all, if I took even any damage. Now we're flying back up on a high position. And I can activate the next barrier. In PvP, you only have it once. In PvE, you have it up to 3 times. So now I can enjoy that barrier once more, and every shot he fires goes right in the barrier and doesn't do anything to me. It's so easy, man. It's such easy mode. This is even easier dealing with these guys than I did it with the perfect run with my Pile Bunker and Zimmermann shotgun in the other video I mentioned in the top right there, or also video description pinned comment. Easy peasy. Anyways, what you think about the combo, ladies and gents? Would you like to try this also for yourselves with the assault barrier? I think it's a really interesting strategy, especially for Tetra builds. But for now, let's say thanks for watching, have a good one, and catch you in the next video. Manni signing off. Bye-bye.